It appears that the Epstein files will actually be released. It's on Trump's desk now, and Thomas Massie said that if there's heavy redactions, he's just going to read the names of the Epstein client list in Congress. Let's get into it.
I am sorry if one of your billionaire donors is going to get embarrassed because he went to Rape Island.
For those of you new to the channel, my name is Casey, and I created this in order to promote a future of faith, fatherhood, and freedom in America. And part of that is presenting an America that is safe for our children, which of course brings the Epstein files and one of Trump's biggest foibles to the forefront of our minds. If you can, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's get into what's happening today.
Let me tell you some of the lies they've told. They've said that it doesn't protect victims. Well, if that is so, why were dozens of victims with us today at a press conference urging this body to pass this legislation?
So apparently the bill is on Trump's desk now, and Thomas Massie has promised that the information will come out. It came through with mostly Democrat support, which makes it seem like there might be some Republican mega donors that are in question in the release of these files. My estimation of it is the reason for so many delays and the reason why it's been so barbed for both political parties is that the trust of the U.S. government is at stake. I believe probably it'll come out that Epstein was being utilized by some of the three-letter agencies, and therefore the release of it would condemn a lot of people in power, whether or not they're on the list or not. It will simply demonstrate that the U.S. government cannot be trusted, and that's why they fought so hard to obfuscate what's in these files.
This has been a bipartisan effort because the co-sponsor, the main sponsor of the bill, Thomas Massie, is listed as a co-sponsor. The main sponsor is a progressive Democrat called let me go back to find his name on the page itself. I don't want to get it wrong. Ro Khanna. That's this. So this has been bipartisan. Obviously, it's got people like Marjorie Taylor Greene involved as well. But it seems that a lot of the pushback has been on the Republican side. And Massie here is not just inferring, he's flatly stating that he suspects that a lot of that is to do with people wanting to protect their billionaire donors.
This was by far Trump's biggest mistake since entering office. He said on Joe Rogan and other places that he would be open and willing to listening to releasing the files, and then his base most obviously was interested in government corruption, the protection of children, and the mega donor billionaire class doing things and being above the law because they believe in law and order, because they believe in protecting children and families, because they believe that the government is corrupt. Those things were of high interest to his base, and he kind of continues to stiff-arm reporters who ask him the question about this, just calling them idiots. And I'm certain that being a New York connected billionaire, he knows and is in touch with a lot of the people who are going to suffer if these files are fully released. So whether or not he's implicated, I think, there's been some evidence that he's had contact with Epstein, but that it was minimal, whatever. I'm here to call out either side when they're doing things that are corrupted. And in this case, it's time to just release them in full. But my guess is, because there was a Democrat president for 4 years prior to this, that if there were exceedingly damning things against the current administration in those files, that they would have been released during that time, especially during the election cycle when the Democrats were running against Trump. However, I do think it's going to discredit the government as a whole and put them in a position of being non-trustworthy to the citizenry, and that is in a very dangerous place for the government to be. And I don't think that there's any potential of action on the part of the citizenry other than perhaps booting out, the people who are involved in these types of scandals from public
this is what
office.
I mean, why is Trump so inconsistent on this? And the only thing I can assume is he's trying to protect a bunch of people who are going to be implicated.
As Firas was making the point on Monday as well when we were covering this, it's not just obviously going to expose, when all of this comes out in black and white, the dark heart of the American establishment, but numerous establishments around the world as well.
Well, this is why I think the Republicans are against getting this out so much, is because there are going to be certain close allies in the Middle East who might also be affected by this.
Bottom line is we're here to protect children, and as a father of 4, this is of some importance to me, even though it's, like a true crime case, and that's possibly the reason so many people are interested in it. But it is up to us to try to present a future for our kids that can allow for their safety, whether or not billionaires are the ones who are taking advantage of them or it's in our small communities. So if you can get behind that, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'd love you to earn your support.